Welcome to AI Friday, and today I'm going to talk about ChatGPT. I'm going to demonstrate the sign-up process. We're going to explain the different models between GPT 3.5 and 4. I'll demo very shortly the how to get to the API and the playground, and then we're going to create some content. And so let's get started. So here we are at ChatGPT 3. So this is actually what happens when you go straight to the chat.openai.com, and you can click sign up. If your screen looks a little bit different, you can either the login and the sign up buttons are what matters. Sometimes they're in the middle of the screen and you don't see the prompt here. So I would actually click sign up to create an account. And then we actually yesterday just created an email address for a customer domain that we purchased. So it's going to be, we're just going to use info@venturamusic.org, and we'll hit continue. And then of course the browser is going to recommend a password. I'm fine with this password. It's going to store it in my browser. So I'm just going to hit continue. And now it wants me to verify the email. So we had done this in OpenSRS. So I'm going to go to that page. I'm going to log in with that email that we created. And it's going to be, let's see, it was info@venturamusic.org. Thank you, Apple, for showing me all this stuff. We're going to hit password. 123 was what we put in. We'll hit login. Prompts and pop-ups, not now. And then here's our inbox for that email we created through our webmail interface. And look at this, OpenAI, verify your email. So now we can click this button and it takes us back into ChatGPT, where we have to verify that we're human. And then it wants to know. So we'll just say, talk about me. We'll put in a fictitious birthday. Let's see. April Fool's 1964. And now we're in. All right. So the way this works, we now actually are going to be working with the free model with ChatGPT 3.5. Now, 3.5, if we go back to our outline for today, 3.5 is best for analysis and processing data. And GPT-4, which is the paid version, I think it's about $20 a month, is ideal for conversational AI. So that's going to be giving it a role and talking to it, saying, act as a psychiatrist and diagnose this particular problem. How should I respond to a Google review? Whereas ChatGPT 3.5 is going to be ideal for analyzing data sets. So if I wanted to copy and paste some addresses and say separate the first name from the last name, or separate the area code from the phone number, then it would be able to generate a table with that information. A lot of people don't know the difference between the two in that regard, what they're best suited for. Of course, you can use 3.5 to write creative content, but version 4 is going to be better for creative verbiage and conversational uses. And so we can switch over. So now we're looking at 3.5, and I'm going to log out, and I'm going to use my account for the other demos. So we'll log in under my normal account, and then the two-factor authentication will pop up, and that's just to secure the account. And so we're going to put in the one-time code in order to complete logging in. And so here we are, and you can see it has the whole history of what I've done. And then when I click here, I can choose between 3.5 or version 4. Version 4 also includes web browsing and image creation, so that's something to consider. And now, one of the other reasons for version 4, I think, is creating custom GPTs. So a custom GPT is like this persona that I've created up here called Wall Street Techie, and this was just an experiment. But I had preloaded information saying you're going to act as a tech journalist for the Wall Street Journal and write me an article about something. So, and then when I write with it, if I communicate with this, it's going to act as that Wall Street Techie. So I'll say, what is your job? And it's going to think that it's actually working for the Wall Street Journal. So, what are the latest trends? And so it's going to give me an analysis as though it's the Wall Street Journal tech author, right? And it's pretty cool. It gives you a lot of really great insights, and it's focused in the area that I trained it. So in order to create a custom GPT, the way that works, you click on your name for your account, and you click My GPTs. And then literally you have the ability to create a GPT. And this is where you start loading it in. And just say, as a practitioner of natural healing, you teach people about meditation and health supplements for a healthier life. And it updates this GPT. And what's cool is once I create this GPT, let's see. As we create this GPT, now when I choose to interact with it, it's creating a profile image for itself. It's going to have this persona. It's going to act in this role as we engage with it going forward. So we'll say, we like, I'll say we like it. And it's done. So now up here at the top left, it says, now it's what Natural Wellness Guide, and it has its icon. So now if I go back, let's refresh the page. You can see the Natural Wellness Guide. You can click on that. Please tell me more about who you are. And it's going to start to engage with me in that role. So isn't that awesome? So that's a custom GPT. Now, a lot of people are using ChatGPT for automations, and there's two paths to go for automations. But it's important that you have your account set up, because this is something that you're going to pay for separately. So we go to platform.openai.com. And when you're in platform, openai.com, now you can go to API keys, or you can go to assistants or playground. And for automations, if you're using something like Zapier to automate tasks, you're going to want to go into API keys in order to create that. And if we go in here, we actually already have one. It's not showing it in here. But assistants are really great, because you can actually go into assistant. This is like creating a custom GPT, but the assistant is going to be given an ID that you can refer to outside when you're using the API. And so let's say you create an automation in Zapier to check an email address, and you give it that assistant name to then zap the assistant whenever it receives an email, and then that assistant can respond back to those emails, and then you've now created literally like a virtual assistant for receiving and responding to emails. So if you have let's say a support email address for your company, or let's say it's the contact form on your website and you get a lot of spam, maybe you want this assistant to create 2 folders in your email, one to put stuff that it thinks is spam, and one where to put things that you might want to respond to. That'd be very helpful, right? And then the playground is where you get to actually interact with your assistants, and this is where you do your testing. This is where you can check and make sure everything's running right before you go live with that model. And so another quick demo for ChatGPT is based on my intent for this channel. I'm showing you every step of the way as I build out my own online course website, which is actually going to be based on ChatGPT. So I've got this prompt that I'm going to put in, and the idea here is to warm people up. I need to create some kind of a presentation that I'm going to be sharing, and this is a little bit next level from where we've begun this week. But I just want to show how I can utilize ChatGPT to create the outline for my presentation. So I'm literally going to copy and paste this prompt, and this is very simple. They're going to be a lot more elaborate as we go on. But as I go back, let's see, I'm going to go back to just the basic chat. And then I'm going to submit this prompt, create an outline for ChatGPT presentations for small business owners with beginner experience level. And it produces this outline for me. Isn't that amazing? And a great mentor said that the outline shouldn't be the presentation, or the PowerPoint shouldn't be the presentation, but I'm going to create slides based off of this outline, and then I'm going to have a printout, and I'm going to talk about each one of these topics, but I'm not going to read necessarily from the screen. I'm not going to have ChatGPT actually write the verbiage for my presentation. I'm just going to use this as a guidance. But look at this. This is absolutely amazing that it actually is advising me on this. You can create so much content with ChatGPT just at a moment's notice. So how we're going to create teaser content for the presentation? Well, let's see. We're going to have a prompt here. Recommend a 30-day content calendar for Instagram promoting the presentation. We'll put that in next. And look, here's a 30-day content calendar. And these aren't the actual posts, but look at that 30 days of content it's producing right now. You can see, hopefully, how this is dramatically saving time. It's one of the greatest cures for writer's block that could have ever been invented. A lot of people have ideas, but they don't know what the first step is. And I'd say ChatGPT should always be the first step. So now we have our calendar. We're just going to take it one more step and just say, please write the post for day 1. Isn't this amazing? And so you'd take this and probably put this into an editor of some kind where you'll clean it up and put in your own information. But look how easy this is. And we now have the post. So I can copy this, open up my editor, which you saw yesterday where I created the website file. Here's the file from yesterday. And I'm just going to create a new a new blank page and paste it. And so here's the content. And what's really great about pasting it into a text editor of some kind is that it strips away all of the hidden formatting that could interfere or cause problems with websites. So if you're posting it on Facebook, this is now it's going to look exactly as you see it, and we can go in and just change the date. So we can put in whatever date we want. We could just say April 1st, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Online, I could actually put in a Zoom link or something here. And then I just highlight it again and copy it, and then I'll paste it. And so tomorrow for Social Media Saturday, we're going to go into creating social media accounts and how we would handle this particular post, scheduling that. And I'll see you then. Thanks a lot.